الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم وأصلي وأسلم وأبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. We're at ayah number 11, Surah An-Nisa. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, يوصيكم الله في أولادكم للذكر مثل حظ الأنثيين. We have reached ayah number 11 as I have mentioned. Then the beginning of the ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Allah instructs you to, in the matter of your children, the inheritance, for your children, for every child, every male child, get the double the amount of the inheritors of the male females. So this is ayah in Surah An-Nisa, and the ayah next to it, and the last ayah in Surah An-Nisa summarized the Deen of Islam almost, most of it when it comes to the heritage and the inheritors and the rights of the whoever inherit the deceased after they pass away. So this is ayah. When you want to increase your knowledge in this, you should memorize those three ayahs. Of course, there's a few hadith and another ayah and so on, but this is the majority. If you memorize those two ayah number 11 and 12 in Surah Nisa, which is about a page and a half, and the last page in Surah An-Nisa, which is about 1/3 of the page. So total of 2 pages. This is almost everything you need when it comes to all those issues with the inheritors and so on. And subhanAllah, when you look at the ayat, this ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ends the ayah, إِنَّ اللَّهَ كَانَ عَلِيمًا حَكِيمًا. And the last ayah, it says, Allahu bi kulli shay'in alim. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most wise, and Allah, the way He divided the things, the heritage, and between the heirs, is with the complete wisdom and fairness. Complete wisdom and fairness. What Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, yusikum Allah, this as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He took your covenant, your word, this is what Allah, to fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when it comes to your kids. Usually, all the ayat talks about the children take care of their parents, as you know. And this shows like essential in our deen when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned, وَعَبُدُ اللَّهَ وَلَا تُشْرِكُوا بِهِ شَيْئًا. Worship Allah alone and do not associate a partner with Him. And وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا. And take care of your parents. So in many surahs in the Quran, always take care of the parents. In this ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala instructing the parents to take care of their children. To take care of their children. Why is that? Because it shows the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala upon us more than the mercy of your parents upon you. The mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bigger and greater than the mercy of you over your children. There's no one more merciful than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As one of the tabi'een, I think was his name, Hamad ibn Salama, rahimahullah, he said, if I have the choice in the day of judgment, that's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the one who will judge me or my parents, I'll choose Allah. Look at the fahm, the understand. If I have the choice, who would judge me in the day of judgment? Who would judge my deeds? Allah or my parents? He said, I chose Allah. And Rasulullah one time saw a lady, she lost her son in the battlefield. Imagine a mother, she lost her baby. Imagine when she found him, how she going to act? She held the baby, squeezed him so hard. And then Rasulullah said, Lallahu, Allah is more merciful upon us than this one to her mother. And one of the early generations of Islam also, he was approaching death. He said, if I die, where am I going to go? He said, to Allah. He said, who would judge me? He said, Allah. Then he said, indeed I have succeeded. So this is successfulness when you hear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the one who would judge you, and Allah is the most merciful subhanahu wa ta'ala. And he said, awlad, when you hear linguistically in Arabic, awlad, usually the common thing, boys. But linguistically, awlad mean both of them. Boys and girls. Linguistically, right? Among the Arabs, when you see the walad, they think the walad is the boy. But really, the proper Arabic, the walad is the one who was born, mawlud. This comes from a male or female. طيب. Here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says the woman get half, or the male get double the female. Is that fair? Everyone asks for equality, to teach him the same, to treat him the same. Treat the woman like the man. They should get the same, subhanAllah. Islam doesn't treat them equally, but treat them in fairness, fairly. Islam is fair, because females, she has right, and the female have right. So they get things, and we get others. So it's not everything for you, it's not everything for her. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who made the rules, made it fair, not equal. وَلَيْسَ الذَّكَرُ كَالْأُنْثَى. Female is not like a male. But the thing they understand of the human are people, or the human being, they understand the fairness being equal. But the fairness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is different. For example, why one of the wisdom, they said, the scholars, they have said, one of the wisdom, why males get double the female? Okay. I'll tell you one thing, because this is Islam, you have to apply Islam with every aspect in your life, so you understand. So you know the wisdom. For example, females, they don't have to work at all. When you get married, or you have daughters or something, they don't have to work at all. You have to support them. You have to provide for them. You have to feed them. You have to clothe them. Your wife, you don't have to go outside the house to work. She didn't have to earn a penny. This is your responsibility, and you're not doing her a favor, by the way. You're not doing your wife a favor by supporting your wife. When you give the wife a dowry, you have to pay the dowry as a man. She does not have to pay a dowry. There's a dowry. So something in Islam, a dowry, regardless of the culture, because this comes to cultures, there's no dowry. But Islam, she has the right for dowry. And the dowry is unlimited. Could be Quran, or not, of course I'm not belonging to the Quran. It could be $1, it could be $1 million, whatever it is. She can ask for that. You can afford it, fine. You cannot, it's fine, also up to you. So you have to pay dowry, you have to sustain, you have to provide, you have to pay the bills, you have to provide the roof over the head, everything. This is one of the wisdom. They said the men get double. So this is the fairness. Matter of fact, if you're going to calculate the money, if it was the opposite, you'd be the winner. Because they get half the man, but they don't have to spend a penny. You get the double, but you can spend it all. Who cares? And she does not have to spend. So this is one of the wisdom, subhanAllah, for this. Then Allah said here, subhanAllah, then said, يُسِيكُمُ اللَّهُ فِي أَوْلَادِكُمْ لِلذَّكَرِ, for the male, double the females. فَإِن كُنَّ نِسَاءً فَوْقَ اثْنَتَيْنِ. So if there are two women, if there were two women, or more than two women, then they said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, فَلَهُنَّ ثُلُثَا مَا تَرَكَ. So if a father passed away, the first one, a father or mother passed away, so the children, if we have children, the females get half the males, or the males get double the females. Then if the father or the mother passed away, right, for the amount, and they have only girls. Now if they have boys and girls, clear. They have girls only, more than two, they get 2/3 what he have left. So 2/3 of the heritage. Is that clear? 2/3. If there's two, فَإِن كُنَّ نِسَاءً فَوْقَ اثْنَتَيْنِ فَلَهُنَّ ثُلُثَا مَا تَرَكَ. So there's no males now, only girls. For the males, easy. We said the first one. Males get double. It's only females. So they get 2/3. How about there are 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 women? Whatever the number. Above 2, they get 2/3 and they divide it equally. Let's say they have 20 women, 20 girls. Of course, if the mother passed away, the children inherit, right? If the father, same thing, talk about the father or the mother. Whoever passed away, the children inherit. If there's 2 girls, let's say have 7 girls, 8 girls, 10 girls, 15 girls, whatever are they get 2/3 and they divide it equally. Then he said, so you divide for 3, the whole money to 3 parts, you give 2 and leave the third as going to come, what we're going to do with the third. All right? So 2/3. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, فَإِن كَانَتْ وَاحِدَةً أو وَإِن كَانَتْ وَاحِدَةً فَلَهَا النِّصْفُ. How about this one girl? Someone passed away, a male or female, mother or father passed away, her or his daughter takes half what they left behind. She gets half. Clear? So we have the males get double the females. If more than 2 girls, they get 2/3 of what the parent left behind. If there's 1 girl, no boys now. So now more than 2 girls or 1 girl. So If there's more than 2 girls, this will, if the 1 girl, she gets half and so on. Is that clear, inshallah? Then, the 3 things, the 10th thing. Now, we said here, if they have boys and girls, we know. If we have above 2, we know. If we have 1, we know. What about if there's 2? Because he said, إن كنا نساء فوق اثنتين. If there's more than 2 women, what should we do? There's an issue, right? So now, should the 2 goes with the 1, they get, if 2, they get half, or if the 2 get 2/3. So which one they're going to go with? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if they are more than 2, they get 2/3. If 1 gets 1/2, 1 girl. How about if only 2 girls? So the scholars, they have opinions about this, and alhamdulillah, there is the strongest opinion, or the authentic opinion. One opinion, they say shad, is not authentic, does not go along with the other dalil, with the other proofs, which is if there's 2, they get half. If there's 2, they get half. But the strong dalil and the right dalil, as a collective opinion among the scholars, they call it Jamhur al-Ulama, they get 2/3. Why? Because the last surah, in Surah An-Nisa, the last ayah in Surah An-Nisa said, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala يَسْتَفْتُونَكَ فَكُنَّ اثْنَتَيْنِ فَلَهُنَّ ثُلُثَاءُ مَا تَرَكَ. So if they are 2, they get 2/3 in the last ayah. So you go to the Quran, you fassir بعض the Quran, interpret one part, the other. One ayah, if you cannot find the first thing, you look at the Quran. If there's tafsir, ayah will make tafsir to the other ayah, or explain the other ayah. So in the last ayah of Surah An-Nisa, they get 2/3. They get 2/3. And there is the story we have mentioned last week. When Sa'd ibn Rabi', he was shaheed in the battle. So the uncle came and took everything. Because the Jahiliyyah, the ignorant ages or era, they used to take the money. There's females or young boys, the one who's unable to fight, they will not inherit. Only the strong men who can fight. So if a man have boys and girls, doesn't matter. If they're little ones, they don't get nothing. So the uncle, as this is the norm, takes everything. And he was Sahab. There was no rules. So he came to Rasulullah. They said, the lady went and complained to Rasulullah and told him, Ya Rasulullah, the uncle came and took everything. We have 2 girls and myself. He left everything. He left us with nothing. So the Rasulullah called him and commanded him to give the girls 2/3. Look at the tafsir, 2/3, and the mother 1/8, and he get the rest. All right, so this is the ayah said. So now we have, if there's males and females, males get double the females. If there's more than 2 women, or 2 women, get 2/3. If 1 girl, get 1/2. Clear, inshallah? Confusion or that's easy? Confused? Good, inshallah, clear. Wait, let me drink water. This is one part of it, very, we need to take our time with it, it's complicated, but we're going to jump to the other one. So it said, وَإِن كُنَّ نِسَاءً فَلَهُنَّ ثُلُثُ وَإِن كَانَتْ وَاحِدَةً فَلَهَا النُّصْفُ. If one, we get half. وَلِأَبَوَيْهِ. Now to the parents. So she get 1, if you have 1 girl, and the father or mother passed away, she get 1/2, and to the parents now get the rest. So he said, وَلِأَبَوَيْهِ لِكُلِّ وَاحِدٍ فَإِنْ كَانَتْ وَاحِدَةً. If she 1, she get the half, and لِأَبَوَيْهِ, to her parents, they get, each one of them get 1/6. Get 1/6 out of the thing. So, so here, if there's, let's say, we have things. If the parents are present, we said if there's a boy, the boy will be different, will take over. Now there's the girls only. The girls will be different, the way they divide the thing. So if the parents alive and 1 girl or more, the parents get 1/6 each one of them. All right? And of course the wife, after the wife the parents get 1/6, the father, and the mother get 1/6, and the wife, if there's children, she get 1/8. All right? So, now, let me see the ayah here. If he does not have children, a man or a woman, a boy or girl, passed away and they don't have children. He said, فَإِن لَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ وَلَدٍ, if he doesn't have, وَوَرِثَهُ أَبَوَاهُ فَلِأُمِّهِ الثُّلُث. So if he have children, no children, no boys or girls, and his parents going to inherit the parents. Now his mother gets 1/3, so the father, how much he gets? 2/3, right? 2/3. So the man get double the woman. Man get double the woman. So the husband, the father get double his wife. Double. Okay. So the mother get 1/3 and the father get one thing. SubhanAllah. Now this is not complicated. This, SubhanAllah, this is the wisdom of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So if he have no children and the parents have only one man, let's say you have one son, may Allah protect us all, one son or one daughter, and passed away. 1/3 for the mother, 2/3 for the father, and done. Now, if he have the person who passed away, the boy or girl, and he have or she have brothers. So he said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, فَإِن كَانَ لَهُ إِخْوَةٌ, if he have brothers or she has brother, فَلِأُمِّهِ السُّدُسُ. So from 1/3 went down to 1/6. Okay, so how much the father gets? Huh? What about the rest? Okay, let's shirka. Okay. We're going to see inshallah after the adhan. Think about this one. I don't think you're not going to go. I don't think you're going to guess. So,
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah.
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله.
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة. حي على الصلاة. حي على الفلاح. حي على الفلاح. الله أكبر، الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله.
صلى الله عليه وسلم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. So we said, if he have no children, no brothers, and his parents have inherit, so the mother, she get 1/3, the father get 2/3. So if we have if you have brothers, right? So then we said the mother, Allah said, فَلِأُمِّهِ السُّدُسُ. So the mother get 1/6. So now, So the mother got 1/6 instead of 1/3. That's mean half what she's supposed to get if he doesn't have brothers. So because 1/6, half 1/3, right? Right, Adam? You agree, right? So alhamdulillah. So she gets 1/6 instead of 1/3. And here, look at this here. And in this case, the father get the rest. Yeah, get 5 out of 6. The father get 5 out of 6 if he have brothers. So the mother, she lose because he have brothers. That's the wisdom for Allah. Probably because he have to support the brothers more. He have family now, bigger family to support. Make sense? So that's what it is. So, I mean, we're not supposed to make sense, but this is probably Allah knows best the wisdom, because he have more responsibility because he have more kids. So now, if he have, let's say here, before the wasiyah, how about if this guy married? This is the question. If this man, he's married and he passed away, so he has a wife and a father and mother. So this is the ayah, next ayah, but this is a question like a quiz. If he have a wife, we know if he does not have children, because if he has children, it's easy. Because if you have a female, we'll go back to the first rule. If it was 2 or 3 or 1 girl, if you have a boy, it's easy. But now he have wife and he does not have children and he have parents. Or she has a husband, or because the same, males or female, when they pass away, the inheritors, her parents and the husband, or his parents and the wife. So now, let's say he passed away and he has a wife and 2 parents. The wife known as the next ayah comes, if he passed away, the husband passed away, and they didn't have children, she gets 1/4. So this 1/4. So how much the father will get? We said the mother, if she doesn't have kids. If they have brothers, if he doesn't have brothers, she gets 1/3. So how much she gets now? 1/3 different. Did I get confused, Abu Khalid? Okay. So we said if the mother got, Mahdi, listen to this. If they have no brothers, the mother, so if the mother and the father and their son passed away, mother get 1/3 and the father get 2/3. Now we add in the wife. We said if they have brothers, the mother get 1/6, right? Now no brothers. Let's put it this way: a wife and mother and a father, and he passed away, the husband. So their son and her husband. She get 1/4 according to the next ayah. Now, how much the mother gets, how much the father gets? Well, we don't want to guess. So because it will be hard to get. She gets 1/3 of the remaining balance. So 1/3 of the 3/4. So she gets 1/4 this way and he gets half. Because it would be 1/3 of the remaining balance, not 1/3 of the whole thing. Because if she gets 1/3, look at the difference for the deen will remain the same. 1/4, that 1/3 will become 1/4 because she took 1/4. How many fourths we have left? 3/4, right? 3 out of 4. So she gets 1/4 and he gets 2 double, he gets half. So this is what it is. And if it was a female, it would be, let's say, about the same thing. This, inshallah, focus on the last thing we're going to do about this. I know we can finish the whole ayah, but we'll finish most of it. Then he said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, مِن بَعْدِ وَصِيَّةٍ يُوصِي بِهَا أَوْ دَيْنٍ. All this, if you have a wasiyah, you could do all the stuff after the wasiyah. What wasiyah means, Adam? What wasiyah means, Abu Khalid? The well. The well. Yeah, well. Yes. Well. Yeah, after the will. So the will, after whatever have with the will, so after he does, so after that, they call the wasiyah. من بعد وصية يوصي بها. So if he have, let's say divide, we understand what does that mean. After the will and after the deen. So the money, the wealth left behind, the money left behind, divided to 4 categories. The first one, the right of the deceased. Because this was his money a second ago. Right? So what the right for the deceased? The first thing, to buy the graves, the cemetery, whatever, the funeral home, whatever needs is the coffin, the expense needed for him to be buried. This is the first right, before anything else. Clear? So the first one, we deduct this. We didn't say, no, haram. No, this is right, this is money. So it doesn't matter what's going to happen after that. Inshallah, this is all what he has. You take it and give it to that. The same man he left behind, like now with the funeral home, 4,700. They say that's all what he has. You take it for this because he has the most right to get buried. This is right. And second thing, if we have debt, there's two branches or two parts of debt. The debt for Allah and the debt for man. For Allah, if he owes zakah, no matter how many years, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, you pay it first. If he did not make hajj, you take portion for his hajj. If he have kafara or nether vows, he did not pay. He said, for example, he have to pay for he made an oath and he did not make it and he broke it, whatever, and he have to pay whatever, ta'am 10 masakin, to feed 10 poor or needies, or things like the made a vow. He have to fulfill that before you divide his wealth. Or if he owes some money to the people, he owes here 500, 100, 10,000, whatever, take that, deduct that, pay it. Inshallah, it's going to end up with nothing. This is the most important thing. Do that. Then, after that, remember this, before you divide it, the first thing you deduct that. You deduct the third thing, we deduct the wasiyyah, the will. Will, right? Am I saying it right now? Will. So then after that, you say that, you give that the will. Well, how much the will? The will should be no more than 1/3. Rasulullah, he came to Sa'ad ibn Abi Waqqas radiyallahu anhu. He thought he's going to die. And he said, how about if I give all my money for the sake of Allah? He said, no. He said, 2/3. He said, no, too much. Then he ended up with, he said, that's half. He said, too much, Rasulullah. They said, 1/3. He said, 1/3 and 1/3 too much. So then he said, as Abu Bakr radiyallahu anhu, he said, رَضِيتُ بِمَا رَضِيَ اللَّهُ وَرَسُولِهِ, was is 1/5. The sunnah to give 1/5. No more than 1/3 whatsoever. As a wasiyyah, as a will. But if you want to give something in your life for charity or some building a masjid, sponsor students, orphans, things like this, widows, divorces, whatever poor needs, you can give as much as you want when you are alive. But after you die, so you cannot give 50% my wealth for charity. No, maximum 1/3. Clear? Then, so we give that. So 1/3 or 1/5 would be better, closer to the sunnah, unless you have so much money. Someone have like 2, 3, 4, 5 kids and he have $100 million. When you think that, then you need then this you give in your life. Make sure give in your life. Give as much as you can in your life, then will be the rest. Then after that, you divide the money toward the inheritors. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then he said, فَرِيضَةً مِّنَ اللَّهِ إِنَّ اللَّهَ كَانَ عَلِيمًا. This is mandatory. This is obligatory. The way it was divided, this is the way it is. إِنَّ اللَّهَ كَانَ عَلِيمًا. Allah knows. حَكِيمًا, wise in his rules. So this is the way it should be divided according to the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then the mawarith, this the heritage and the heirs, whatever, this is something big in Islam. Why? Because there's so many issues and problems between the families because of that. Because money. So this comes here, the problems occur because of that, how they divide it. If they divide according to the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, everything will be smooth and fine, inshallah. هذا والله أعلم. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. خلص الوقت؟ صار الوقت؟ طيب. الله خير.